I bought breakfast for 30 cents, and before I even finished paying, the employee had already prepared my meal. The speed was so fast that I was a little bewildered. I didn't dare to eat it immediately, and I didn't know if the food was fresh. Seeing the people next to me enjoying their meals, I reluctantly opened the bag to check. Just then, a woman interrupted me, sitting down next to me with her child. Seeing how popular the food was, I finally mustered the courage to try it. Then a cleaner passed by and struck up a conversation with me, asking for my opinion on the burger. That's when I realized that this unassuming cleaner was actually the owner of this fast food restaurant. I quickly handed him my business card, hoping to learn more about the restaurant. As a salesman, I traveled to many places, and I often had to eat on the road. However, in 1950s America, waiting for food always wasted a lot of time. Even the fastest drive-through restaurants required at least a 30-minute wait. Now I'm 52 years old, but my career is still a mess. To secure the agency rights for a milkshake mixer, I even mortgaged my property. However, this bulky machine had a very limited market and wasn't as easy to sell as I imagined. After 3 months of relentless effort, I still hadn't sold a single one. Until one day, I suddenly received a huge order from a company, an unknown little restaurant in California. Unexpectedly ordered 6 pieces of equipment at once. While incredibly excited, I also became curious, so I immediately drove there, intending to conduct a survey of this major customer myself. When I arrived, I was instantly amazed by the scene before me. A long line had formed in front of an inconspicuous little storefront. Although there were many people, the restaurant's efficiency was incredibly high. Upon learning that I was the supplier of the blenders, the owner warmly invited me into the restaurant. The kitchen staff were very busy, but everything seemed well organized. They each performed their tasks, operating like a well-oiled assembly line. The employees placed the bread together, then squeezed on ketchup and mustard. After adding 2 slices of pickles, they sprinkled some onions on top. Finally, they added a slice of grilled steak to complete the standardized burger. The whole process only took about 30 seconds. What surprised me even more was that they even made their own ketchup. The McDonald brothers were fully responsible for strictly controlling the quality of every aspect. The temperature and time for frying the French fries had strict standards, so even the newest employees could easily get the hang of it. I greatly admired this model and couldn't wait to ask about it during dinner. The 2 brothers were also very enthusiastic about sharing their experiences without reservation. McDonald's is different from other fast food restaurants. Speed is their real secret. They adopted an assembly line model, but unlike drive-through restaurants, they didn't deliver each order to the customer's car. Instead, they had customers queue up to pick up their food, saving a significant amount of labor and time. They also eliminated reusable tableware, switching entirely to paper packaging. This made it convenient for customers and saved on the cost of washing dishes. Moreover, the 2 brothers astutely observed that hamburgers, fries, and cola alone accounted for over 87% of their sales, so they streamlined their menu, focusing entirely on these 3 items. Focusing on one thing ensured efficiency. To create the most efficient restaurant, they planned the layout on a tennis court, drawing various equipment on the ground to simulate the handover and movement of employees. Employees practiced repeatedly on the diagram, erasing and redrawing any unreasonable parts. Soon, they were able to move around efficiently in the small kitchen without interfering with each other. They arrived at the optimal solution and strictly followed the brothers' blueprints for the renovation. Only when all these factors were combined did they create a highly efficient and popular restaurant. That night, I lay in bed, tossing and turning, captivated by the brothers' story. I was deeply impressed by McDonald's model, and after much thought, a bold idea suddenly struck me. So the next day, early that morning, I stopped the 2 brothers' car.